What is the divine feminine energy? So I discussed this topic in my class yesterday, and I feel like it's just kind of a topic that needs to be shared with the entire collective. So for those who missed the class, here's just a little snippet of the information that we kind of went over and discussed. But something was kind of telling me to share this specific part of the class, so here it is. What is divine feminine energy? First off, it does not mean woman energy. Both men and women can express the divine feminine energy. It is the more softer, graceful, accepting energy that is experienced in the world. It is that warm, loving, caring energy. And it has to do with the wisdom, divine knowledge, and the act of nurturing. It is that space for expansion to happen, for desires to become manifest into reality. So both masculine and feminine energies must be balanced in order for us to kind of create the life that we want. For example, that yin and yang energy, they're symbols of the divine masculine and feminine energies in perfect harmony. So when we want to manifest something into our reality, we must use our logical minds and create the intention, which is that masculine energy, and then we must trust and allow the flow of energy to really make that intention a reality, that feminine energy. So this is why people fail at that law of attraction and manifestation, because they embody the masculine energy and push away that feminine energy. But we must have that balance. Sacred divine feminine energy comes from our heart center, our heart chakra. And this is the central chakra that promotes that flow of energy both up and down our bodies. And it is centered in a point where our energy, it kind of just helps us open and expand and gain information, divine knowledge, or those messages from source. And when our heart chakra is balanced, we are in a state of acceptance. We're in that receival mode, that nurturing energy that will kind of take in that beautiful divine energy and care for it, take care of and honor and show that gratitude for all those blessings that are coming in. And one way we can utilize this feminine energy is when we get intuitive hits, we can examine that subtle emotional energy around that hit and examine what it means and what it's trying to tell us. And if you don't allow yourself to explore these meanings and go deeper, you begin to suppress this energy and you enter into this resistance mode, which is that masculine energy, those putting up those walls. So this is what blocks your energy from that receival mode, blocking all the manifestations that you've been putting out into the world. So you can ask yourself right now, how many of you have had a hard time accepting help from someone or receiving a gift or a compliment? This is because we have become accustomed to living in a predominantly masculine energetic world, and we use logic and predictability, which are masculine. So who came up with the school systems, and who was it tailored for? It was tailored and created for masculine energy. And when it comes to men in particular, they fear entering into that feminine energy because they build up that resistance over time, because they tend to fear the unknown, which is why many men, they don't believe in spirits or energy and, all that stuff. It's because it's not tangible and it's not a predictable source. So going back to that basic male energy, their primary job was to keep the family safe. How did they do that? Through the practical means, by observing and making predictions to keep everyone safe. Men cannot quickly analyze spirit or energy and understand it, so they kind of stray away from it and kind of trust they don't trust what they can't see. So, and again, it's a dance, that balance between the logic and the intuition, the give and take. It's that equilibrium. That's the goal. And when men are able actually to tap into their emotions, something kind of extremely profound happens, and the growth that they experience is very significant, because they've been told their whole life to not show emotions or keep it hidden, don't give yourself away. This is a basic survival skill. So when men aren't expressing their emotions in the relationship, they can create this energy that kind of just keeps building up and backing up in their system, and they don't feel whole, so they go out looking outside of themselves to fill that void, and that outside world doesn't provide, so they shut down. But getting back to feminine energy so I can stay on track, Feminine energy is all about being in that flow, that soft, gentle movement, standing with your arms wide open, ready to receive, and embrace that uncertainty. Really willing to be adaptive and utilize this energy to really tap into your intuition to help navigate your life. And when we first begin to tap into this energy, it can feel kind of scary because more often than not, when we tap into this energy, it kind of feels like a loss of control in our life because the energy that's kind of coming in, it feels unpredictable. And when we surrender to something outside of ourselves, it is a vulnerability at its best. And it's going to feel like you are losing yourself. You're going crazy. You're letting go of that grip that you once had on your ego, on your life. But you will be connecting to this absolutely beautiful energy that will give you access to universal knowledge. And embodying this energy can really just help you integrate that divine wisdom into your life, whether it be emotional, physical, mental, spiritual. We can tap into why we are not balanced, why we don't feel whole, why we don't feel connected. The deeper we connect with the divine feminine energy, the clearer we can understand what is causing the resistance in our life, what is blocking our abundance, what is holding you back from being the creator of your life. And this can look like suppressing your emotions or feelings instead of expressing and embracing and honoring them. Or you could have been told, your whole life that you're crazy and you don't really get messages and you're not connected to something bigger. You kind of hide your emotions. Whatever it is, I promise you will find healing when you embrace that feminine energy that's been trying to come in. And sometimes when we don't allow ourselves to embrace this sacred divine feminine energy, many turn to the dark feminine energy. And this is usually called like the wounded feminine. And this energy can come out as, being kind of cutthroat or calloused or speaking truth, no matter how hurtful it is to others, in a derogatory way. And when someone experiences the dark feminine, it's most likely that they have not felt safe in their environment. They were never given that space to open up, be vulnerable, feel and accept love from someone else. So they become, kind of closed off because they kind of think that love is not available to them. So they put up these walls, pulling away from intimacy, trust issues. This dark energy really shows up as anger, defiance, rule breaking, keeping people at a distance and never letting people in or letting them know your emotions or your fears that are coming in because of that fear of rejection, and not accepting that love from the other people. And this avoidance and lack of an acknowledgement can really lead to this darker feminine energy being present. So, we have light, which is that compassion, love, warmth, understanding, creativity, vulnerability, accepting, intuitive, in the flow. And then we have the dark, which is that anger, that defiance, that stagnation, and that barrier energy. So surrender to the divine feminine energy and welcome the flow into your life. Allow your energy to flow and your manifestations to come to fruition. Release that need to control. And this will start to activate that sacred divine feminine energy in your life. And you can create the life that you want. So all in all, that was a quick class. If you wanted to go and experience the meditation that we did afterwards, become a member of my private Facebook group. It's Joss, Journey of the Soul support group. But you do need to become a member in order to join that. So go ahead and visit my website at intonikki.com, become a member, download the app, do everything that you can to really just get on this journey and take control of this journey that you like to call life. Okay, I hope that this helped a lot of people. Until next time, guys, happy healing.